to get it within 360, right? 0 to 360.
Let me get it up. It's just such a process, but yeah, expressed in terms of the reference. No, so the reference angle is kind of related to the 360 thing. For the the way to do this here is the reference angle is always made with the x-axis. So if you go all the way around once, that's 360. So you're right. So you do subtract 360 from it. And if you go around again, that's 720. So you subtract
That's
again.
360 again.
So you're gonna get like
Um,
135.49,
49. Yeah.
which is again, like if we're just looking at, let's just say you're just given that, you got to figure out where that is. Well, that's 90, that's 180. So it's here somewhere in the middle. The reference angle is made with the x-axis here. This is the reference angle. So the reference angle is 180 minus 135.49. Okay, so we'll get that number. What is it? Whatever that is, 44.51. And then you mentioned this last time. We need to know whether secant, which is really cosine, is cosine positive or negative in the second quadrant, and it's negative. So it's really, the answer is negative secant of 44.51. Is there, I don't know, in the drop down, is there a negative secant in the drop down?
There is, yes.
Yeah, okay. So then that box is the 44.51. Just double check that calculation. And then you can go to your calculator and calculate the secant of that. Not all calculators have that, so you might do -1 over the cosine of 44.51. It ends up being, I get I get -1.402. So I see you sent over another question here. Take a look at that, get that uploaded. Light delay. Okay, so they're giving you an equation. All right, a bunch of things to do here. So it says they're giving you some sort of equation here, and X is the brightness of the exterior light. And they're saying that they're giving the units of that. It's feet, that C. I'm not sure what that is, but uh, so the value of X is 200. All right, so we have for part A, I'm just putting 200 in for X. So I guess if it's round to the nearest whole number, I guess we'll just put that in the calculator and see. So we come up with okay. So I got 96. Part B, part B is really similar. It's just X equals 10,000. Not a ton of work here on these. I'm just putting the numbers into the equation. This ends up being 51, which I guess is bad. I mean, that means a lot of sun is passing through those sunglasses. Bad for us.
Yeah.
And then and then the graph, I mean, I guess you can just graph it. It's going to have a shape where it drops down quite a bit. Um, basically you can see like for smaller values, it's higher, and then for larger values, it goes down to 50. So it looks like A is probably correct. I assume you could use a calculator just to graph it. Um,
We'll go there.
Next one is in. What's this, number 12? Getting close to the end here. Cam is in the shape of a circular sector. Okay. All right. Perimeter of the cam is about. Okay. So the if we just draw this a little differently, or maybe a little bit more, maybe more like extreme, but it's 1.848 is the radius. 1.848 is the radius, and um, this is S equals R theta. All right, and then the thing is that this is in radians, which is a little bit confusing. But sometimes it's like uh, it's not a great formula, but it's define this arc length. It's 1.848 times you take your angle 165.48 and you multiply by pi over 180. That's the conversion to radians. So from degrees to radians, you multiply by pi over 180. So that's this length here. And then to find the perimeter, we're adding up these other two. So your perimeter is the 1.848 plus the 1.848 plus whatever you get for S. So it's another your class is pretty heavy on these calculations. So for S, I end up getting, roughly 5.337. And then when you add it in here, what are we rounding to? 3 decimal places. And probably good to check me here just to make sure.
Sure.
I end up getting 9.033.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Got the next one. Let's just snip that in. Specific gravity. Okay. I mean, these look really complicated, and they're actually um, they look real complicated, but it says the specific gravity of a substance is the ratio of its density to the ratio of water. So the specific gravity is the density of the alloy divided by the density of water. So it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is, but you're just taking these two and dividing them. So literally just dividing. There's like, this is not a complicated question, but it
Looks
maybe,
complicating.
yeah, we've been doing so many that require a lot of calculations. This one's, very, very straightforward. Um, I get 6.68. The last one here.
Yeah.
All right. We are on track here. Loading. Okay, there it is. Um, Oil storage tank is emptied at a constant rate. At 2 p.m., 1,500 barrels remain. At 4 p.m., 900 barrels remain. If pumping started at 10 a.m., find the equation relating number of barrels in at time t from 10 a.m. When will the tank be empty? Okay, so t equals 0 is 10 a.m. 2 p.m. is t equals 4, and 4 p.m. is t equals 6. And so we're going to use these last two to make ordered pairs, 4 comma 1,500, because there's 1,500 barrels remaining at 2 p.m., but it's 4 hours after the start. Then it's 6 comma 900, because at 4 p.m. when it's 6, there's 900 remaining. So we want to find the slope between these two. So that's 900 minus 1,500 over 6 minus 4 minus 600 over 2 is minus 300. So the way I recommend doing this is just using the standard y equals mx plus b. This is minus 300x plus b, and then we use one ordered pair of the other. It doesn't matter which one to find the b value. Let's go 1,500 equals minus 300 times 4 plus b. So that's minus 1,200 plus b. Add 1,200 to both sides. b equals 2,700. So that goes back in here. So it's y equals minus 300x plus 2,700. And the problem is, though, is we're not using x. We're using they're using n equals, and they want it in terms of p, not x. So your equation is n equals minus 300p plus 2,700. That's your answer there. And then to figure out when the tank will be empty, minus 300t plus 2700, we want to know when this exactly equals 0. And it equals 0 when you solve for t. So you have 2700 equals 300t, t equals 9 hours, looks like. Now, I don't know what's in that second drop down, but 9 hours later, because you're starting, at 10 a.m., 9 hours later is 7 p.m. That take care of everything for this question.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay,
Yep.
great. How many more of these do you have? I guess my question, are you almost done with this class, or
Yeah, I'm done. What other subjects do you,
anything math related? I mean, I can help you with other stuff. Just
what about
always get.
stats? You do
Yep,
stats?
yep, yes, of
Oh,
course. It's definitely a math class.
okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this class. I mean, I have a few more
excellent.
assignments, but I mean, I'm doing pretty well, so I appreciate your help on this
Yeah,
class.
of course, of course.
And
Me,
then
I go and stop the recording here.